Welcome home, Rep Pack. Marcus here, and welcome to Comfort Cartoons. As you can see, the daylight is out, so I am a little bit late, but we are at the flea market. We're going to be going in there, hunting for everything we love on this channel, anything in terms of animation, but of course, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney, or anything to bring back to my Whatnot streams or our eBay shop. And today is going to be a big one. We have one thing already secured. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be a little bit later in the video, but you guys know Austin the Brimstone. If you guys don't know him, check him out. His family actually secured some unbelievable Nickelodeon production material. I'm going to be going to his house, checking out the Shrek collection, and also picking up that Nickelodeon stuff. But not just that, if you guys know Justin Talks Puppets, he might be here today, and he said that he has some stuff that he wants me to pick up from him. So we'll be checking that out too, and whatever other awesomeness happens along the way. So let's go ahead and get on into it. All right, so we are getting over here. We have a bunch of all this signed athlete stuff, you know, freaking, you know me, I know sports, I know balls. Not at all. I don't know who any of these people are. I think like just the major basketball players I know. You know, I know Mike Tyson. I don't know any of these other people though. I'm sure there's some good stuff there though. Curtis, we haven't seen you on the channel in a little minute.
I know. I'll just give you some free stuff, brother. Here you go.
Free? That's my favorite stuff. What the heck? Dude, sweet. Yeah, go ahead and drop it in there.
And then I did end up finding the base of the lamp.
Oh!
But not the actual glass, but
was
I've
it that
had
you...
that in my garage for like
It's all good, dude. You know what? I always see snow globes, lava lamps. I'm sure I can find a yellow one.
Dude, maybe.
And just kind of piece it together. Thank you so much.
Yeah, brother.
And then we got this right here. This is the Rocco's Modern Life. I think these came from the Nick box. This one down there as well too, the Heifer. So already starting off with some awesome stuff. This is the second flea market video actually. Actually, we did see you recently. The last time we started it off with the Nick magazine.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just have a bunch of stuff laying around, dude. If I get it for cheap or if it's just like pretty much like just laying around, it's like
appreciate it.
Bro, I asked you for a skateboard box. You didn't hit me back up.
I didn't know. I didn't see that, dude.
Oh man.
I get so many random Whoa! What the heck? People are just throwing stuff at me. Shout out to you. Thank you.
Literally just found this morning. I'm like,
we have a sealed copy of SpongeBob Goes Prehistoric. Oh, man, dude, I'm just gonna stand here all day. We don't have to even hunt.
I know you're gonna collect that.
Dude, heck yeah. Appreciate you guys.
Alright, I'll see you right now.
All right, see ya. That's the amazing people here at the flea market. Some of my friends, you guys seen them in many videos before. I try to give you guys names on everybody, but sometimes it's just tough because we run into so many people. But that's Curtis, Jocelyn, and Tommy. I guess you know, if those of you guys have been watching for a while, already know Curtis and Tommy. And I think honestly all three of them you guys know if you've been watching for a while. But you know, we try to pop up little names here and there when we can. All right, we got the Pixel guys here. Dusty just came up. They're looking at some games related stuff here. But he also handed me some Pokemon cards. So let's take a look here. Some first edition cards here. All right. EV First Ed. They have some of these like freaking Topps cards. I'm gonna go through them. I'll let you guys know if I see anything that really stands out. Okay, so he brought out some more. He was holding out some of the cards over here. So that stack we went through. There was just mostly non-hollow, some first edition ones. There's a couple good ones in here, but I think he wants $325 for everything, which I just don't think I could really, I mean, if they were like pristine, maybe, but I don't think I can make that work, but I'll still show them to you guys. This dark Persian over here looks like such a freaking cat. There's a couple sweet ones. One of my favorite cards ever, this dark Golduck, dark Jolteon too. There's some sweet Team Rocket cards here. Dark Dragonair too. Oh man, if there was that dark Charizard in here, this would be an instant pickup for sure. But I think at $325, there's just not enough room there for me. But I still appreciate him letting me look at them. Oh dude, what the heck? The Nickelodeon Big Help. This is the calendar from McDonald's. I actually don't have this.
I think you talked about this before, right? You've had that before, right?
I have this one sealed, but dude, heck yeah, I'm gonna keep this one just because I don't have the ROM like itself out of the box. Okay. So shout out to Dan the man here. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate it. How much did you want for it?
Nah, just take it.
Are you sure?
I bundled it with a bunch of stuff.
Well, thank you for thinking of me, man. Appreciate that. All right, so we got this stuff. Again, freaking, we have just been lucked out by the groups here. You know, all of our friends here at the flea market. So we have the Nick Clicks, which is a online, or no, it's like a digital camera game. Like think of like Microsoft, like freaking Photo or like Photoshop, but for kids. So Ryan will put some footage up on screen for it. Absolutely iconic. And then we have the Nickelodeon Big Help, which was like a whole like, you know, Save the Earth campaign during like the Captain Planet era where they were trying to do all the green stuff. This is for the McDonald's. I think they had toys maybe or something like that too. One of the funniest things about this is that in this shot here, there's this little girl and she has this little box of toys, and one of them is a Fred Flintstone with his hair off. Because of course it's a Nickelodeon thing, so they can't have a Warner Brothers or a Hanna-Barbera character, so just made him a bald caveman. I came over here just to look, but there was last week so much amazing Disney stuff, a lot of prototype plushies, some truly incredible stuff. One of our biggest hauls ever was at this booth. Looks like today they brought some different stuff, but check out that video if you haven't already, because holy cow, that was a crazy haul. They do have that really awesome Batmobile there though. So looking around, it's been kind of dry here recently, but over here, they have a bunch of cool toys and stuff like that. Nothing I'm picking up, but I saw this, the Hocus Pocus on VHS. Another really fun find is this. It's Looney Tunes, 70 complete uncut cartoons from 31 to 48, all on Laserdisc. And they actually have right here 31 to 48, and then 48, assuming, no, 33 to 48 too. So it's just a ton of freaking cartoons within that time frame, like some super old stuff. Like look at that Porky, this Daffy. We'll put some of it on screen because I don't think people realize how different the tunes actually looked comparatively to the 90s. They kind of got that 90s redesign. I kind of for the most part stuck to that, you know, design for the most part until I think like that Bugs Bunny construction show where they really kind of changed things up. Okay, so we are gonna grab the Looney Tunes Laserdisc here. And then we're also gonna grab a couple VHS too here. We have the Magic School Bus we'll grab. These ones here. We'll grab the Mary-Kate and Ashley. Man, Barney used to be really good, but fortunately Amazon like blocked them, so you can't now. But the Mary-Kate and Ashley, the Magic School Bus, and then this one right here, well, this is the Klasky Supo Ronald McDonald show here, the Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald. We actually did a video covering this. We have one video kind of diving into this, so check that out. But we're gonna grab this for sure. Oh, and then we have Thunderbirds. So I'm pretty sure that the movie Team America, which is pretty iconic, was kind of based off of this animation style. Super creepy. But let's keep looking here. There's a couple other ones. We have Spice World, Little Mermaid. These are like the clamshells here. Usually clamshell ones can be kind of rough, but nah, I think we'll pass those. I think those VHSs are the ones we're gonna grab. You always gotta check though. I actually see a couple more down here. Mary-Kate and Ashley's Hawaiian Beach Party. I actually had that one as a kid. And then also we have the Magic School Bus for Lunch. You know, I had a sister, so a lot of her VHSs were my hand-me-downs, so I watched a lot of Mary-Kate and Ashley. All right, let's see here. A really lesser known cartoon, Timothy Tooth. We should try to find something for Justin today, actually. I don't know if he wants Timothy Tooth, but we'll look out for something.
He's a cowboy. He's a sailor. He's an explorer. He's Timmy the Tooth, and he's coming with songs and stories that send kids' imaginations soaring.
Okay, so we picked up the Looney Tunes. It's one of those days where, like, I don't know, at least so far starting, you know, we have to be a little less picky. He won 70 for all the Looney Tunes. That might have been a little high, but I think one of them goes for about 50. The other go for somewhere between like 30 to 40. So, you know, hopefully should be able to work it out and be able to get a little bit off of them. Plus, I just love stuff like that. You know, if it's fun for me, I don't really mind. Even if we make like 10, 20 bucks, whatever it is. It's just fun going through the process and having that kind of stuff go through my hands. And I don't really ever find Looney Tunes stuff, you know, from that era, so pretty sweet.
Okay, so I have a goodie bag here.
That's your bag.
Oh, the same bag. So these were all just things I found while hunting.
So I'm giving out Golden West bracelets.
You're giving out stuff for your birthday?
Yeah.
That's really sweet of you. All right, we got a bracelet there. Come on, go down. We got a bracelet there from Austin's mom. Shout out to her.
Okay, so first off, I found these at Ross.
Okay. Dude, that is a crazy find at Ross. The Ren and Stimpy Kid Robots. We got this guy here, $7. Thank you so much, dude. We have the Spongebob here, and this one's got a fun little feature. It's actually the underwear over his face from the episode, but his face is actually sculpted and detailed underneath there too. There is one where it's not.
Okay, this has become my new thing, is when I can't swap meet hunt in the evening, I go to Ross stores. They get so much good stuff.
Shrek stuff too. I've seen some really cool stuff there before. SpongeBob and Shrek kind of both get lucked out at those like discount stores.
Yeah. Okay, this next one I have to blame my mother, who went on a vacation and came back with some items. And she's like, these are for Marcus. I'm like, oh no. So she won you this duck.
He's so derpy. I love it. We have the SpongeBob duck here. This is awesome.
She came from like a Dave & Buster's. She probably paid like 500 tickets for that thing. My God.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And then she also said you needed this. Now, look, it would probably make
Home on the Range.
it'll make for good whatnot content. Right?
Absolutely. It's not every day you see Home on the Range here. I can't remember her name exactly. Do you?
No, I had never even seen a plush of that character before.
Yeah, this is very hard to find stuff for this. That is very cool. And she found that in Vegas too?
Yeah, she only paid like a couple of bucks for it. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? Because you could always whatnot it.
Yes, thank you so much. And I know we have one more thing too.
Yeah, this was a good find. I saw this and I looked at it and I'm like, well, is it a new one? And then you taught me to look for this logo.
Yep, that's 2004 to 2007.
This logo right here, I'm like, that's vintage. And it's a pretty like uncommon board game.
Dude, I love this box because if you put it up in your collection, as you walk across the room, his eyes follow you.
That is so great.
So it's kind of like you got SpongeBob hanging out there with you, you know?
I feel like Monopoly now, they kind of phone it in. Back in the day, used to make like amazing Monopoly.
Oh yeah, now you get like, I'm sure we have a Golden West Flea Market Monopoly out there somewhere.
I had the Phantom Menace one, and it was like raised, like it was on a level, and the pieces were all like fancy, like it thought it was some collectible.
Yeah, I think they realized there was a collectible base, and then they started just pumping them out. You got like Jeff crazy. Foxworthy, just about everything you could think of.
Yeah.
So we'll pick this up, whatever you paid for it. I want to pay you for it, of course.
No, it's a gift. Don't worry about it.
Dude,
really
the other stuff too, for sure.
No, yeah, don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, thank you so much. A shout out to Austin.
You were my friend.
Appreciate you guys so much.
I'm gonna warn you, it's a mess inside, but it's got all the pieces.
Hey man, I'm just grateful. Thank you. And shout out to the Tuckers as always for being so sweet. Appreciate you guys. All right, so we'll put this in the car. We gotta make sure we put it kind of flat so that way it doesn't open up. We don't lose any pieces. But look at his eyes. They just kind of fly around everywhere. They literally track you. Some people might think that's scary, but I personally love seeing SpongeBob tracking me everywhere with his eyes. Okay, so Austin actually pointed this out. There's a lot of little video game plushies here. There's like a weird guy here. I don't even know what he's from, but we got, what is his name? I think KK Slider or KK. There, we got the Bowser. I think this is the one from maybe Universal. There's a couple other ones. You have the Bowser kids here too. The Koopalings, I think their name is. This is just a plushie of the Portal. This is just a plushie of Mario's transportation system. We'll keep looking around here though. Like, who are these guys? This is Mario 2. I'm gonna have to check these out. Like, some of these gotta be kind of, you know, uncommon. Like, this one looks like it might be fake because it has that little thing on top, but the quality is really nice on it. So we'll grab a few of these. Oh, is that freaking this guy Thwomp, I think his name is? Dude, I'm giving myself major props for actually remembering this many character names. All right, so we picked up a few here. We got Thwomp. They wanted $5 each, so I had to be more specific. We did pick up KK there with his little DJ setup. Bowser. We got this guy, which I don't know if he's licensed or not, but I just don't see plushies of him every day, so I just wanted to get him. And then we also got Bowser Jr., which I think this actually is his son. All right, so we came to another booth here. Look at all these freaking football helmets, an insane amount, but they also have these lunch boxes here. They have one for Beauty and the Beast. I saw this guy, the red guy from, I think his name is literally the Red Man from Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel. And then also they have a Batman Beyond lunchbox. So I'm trying to pick between the two. I think I'm gonna go with the Batman Beyond one. It's missing the thermos, but still just a really cool artwork on that one. There's a few other pieces here too I saw, but nothing like, you know, I need to grab. I thought this was pretty cool too. This Amazing Spider-Man like safe, but you never know how to like get these things unlocked, and like sometimes they're just like complicated. There's no instructions either, so I'm gonna leave this too. Okay, so we picked those guys up, but I mean, even the stuff that we're finding, we're having to pay up for. We had $15 for both those, which, you know, I don't really mind, but I just don't like when it's that much because then I have to charge more for it. But you know, that's just how it goes some days. Okay, so there's a lot of little fun stuff in this next booth here. I saw the shoes, the colors, so it kind of got my attention. But I see they also have this right here. This is the Sun-Kissed Summer Bratz doll. They have the Barney, but it looks like there's like a mechanical system in there, so it probably talks or something. We'll keep looking here. I don't know this, the Thai Girl. I actually didn't even know this line was a thing. We have this like large life-size Bratz doll. I think we'll grab that too. Super Babies Bratz doll. Oh, these are the freaking, I forget what they're called by, I think they're also by MGA, but they're like the predecessor to Bratz. Okay, so I picked up a few more things. I picked up the porcelain doll for Belle. Usually I try to avoid these just because they're so fragile, but it's only $10. So like, yeah, this is a day of just big stuff that I can't leave because it's just too good of a deal. Then we also have the Paul Frank laptop bag here. It looks like it could be modern or it could just be in really good shape. No, yeah, it's 2010. So it is just in really, really good condition. This looks like it was at Ross like yesterday. And then we have this whole bag. It has some Bratz dolls in there, as well as a bunch of clothes. We picked up the Merida, as well as that baby Bratz that you guys saw, and the Beach Bratz. And then also this life-size one here. Actually, I'm missing a flip-flop. Let me go see if I can find that flip-flop. And if not, then either way, still an awesome pickup. Okay, so he said, one of our vendor friends here said he has something for me. He said I'd never seen it before. Now that's a tough one. SpongeBob's something that I've never seen before. Now that's a tough mission, but I believe him. Let's see what happens. Shout out to Brian with this tiny SpongeBob. Oh, dude, okay. I have seen these, but not this particular one. That is sweet. We got the SpongeBob napkins. How much you want for them, man? $5. All right, we'll take them. And then, Brian, how much you want for the little guy? All right, shout out to Brian. He's letting me have the little SpongeBob here. Thank you. Okay, so we are on our way over here. We have another meetup we have to do right now. It looks like two. Let's see what we got here.
What's up, Marcus?
What's up, dude? What do we got here? Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That's freaking rad. That is dope. We have the Nickelodeon Planet logo here, as well as the Nick at Night logo too. Oh, dude, and it's actually, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just a patch, especially for you by Nickelodeon. That is absolutely fire with the rocket ship on the front too. That is so freaking dope. Holy cow. I don't even care if it fits. I mean, it might actually fit me, to be honest, but even if it doesn't, I don't even care. That's freaking sick as hell. That is dope, dude.
Did you buy it? I told you.
Yeah, I hopefully can. How much are you asking for it?
$200.
Easy. For sure, I'll do $200.
$200 and one penny.
Remember, didn't I sell you the Letterman one too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was, I think that one's, the Letterman one's better than that one. That one's still sick, dude.
Yeah, that one's
I knew it had
rad.
your name all over it.
Dude, thank you. $200 to steal on that too.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude.
That is amazing.
Twisted was trying to actually steal it. That is really
Did you see
cool,
the
man.
tag in the inside?
Yeah, the tag is rad.
Oh,
This will fit you.
that's what I was gonna say. It might actually fit me.
I think that
This will
would
fit you.
And even if it doesn't,
This might
dude,
almost fit me.
I'm gonna definitely wear that.
That's
That is
sexy,
freaking sick.
That is cool.
The fact that it has a little tiny moon over here for the Nick at Night too.
You're gonna wear that SoCal for SoCal?
Oh yeah, for sure, of course. You gotta love Ricky here giving a little SoCal plug.
June 6th and 7th.
June 6th and
Pasadena
7th,
Convention Center.
right
See
here
you
on
there.
the hat.
SoCal Gaming Expo.
All right, so let me pay Dusty. Dude, that's a find of the day right there. Holy cow. Mason, Louise, thank you guys so much for stopping me.
I've had this put away for a while, so I thought you might be the right person.
Oh, dude, that's freaking rad. Dude, it gives like Pokemon vibes, like a Pokedex almost. But this is for the Atlantis, the Lost Empire series. You don't really see stuff for Atlantis that often, especially still in the package. How much are you guys asking? 50? 50? Have you looked at comps yet?
Pretty much like double, a little over
Double? Okay, let me check it out, but I think I might be able to do that. Yeah. All right, so Justin, what is up? So
hey, how's it going?
Justin from Justin Talks Puppets?
You got it.
Justin Talks Puppets. He brought a few items for me to check out, and what in the world? Dude, I have I've been looking for this for so long, genuinely, and it's the black seat too.
Yeah,
that is so sweet. Thank you so much.
See, it's green label, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's a green and white label right there, made in the USA.
There you go.
Dude, thank you so much.
no problem.
Let's check out the other stuff here.
I believe this is
Okay, the memory game.
Memory game. Here's I believe you put books in here.
Okay, sweet.
You know better than me.
Yeah, that would be like one of those like pop open bookshelves. That is
At a
sweet.
thrift store. Just down
Yellow
like this.
label.
Found this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bingo.
Domino's little lenticular there.
Yeah. And
Thank
then,
you.
last but not least, Connect 4.
Oh man, that one's awesome too with the
And-
little legs too.
And last but not least, this little, I don't know, you would know better than me. This is a little.
You know what? Actually, this one I've not seen before. It looks like it might be like a an Easter egg like type of hunt type of thing.
Gotcha.
You know?
Gotcha. 'Cause
Very
it says
cool.
Dishwasher safe. So I was like, okay.
It might have also been like snacks for like a lunchbox or something.
Gotcha. Cool, man. Yeah.
That is awesome. So how much? I want to pay you for this stuff.
Okay, so that would be the man you talked to right there.
Okay,
My
gotcha.
dad.
Does you want to be on camera?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. How much did you want for this stuff?
Whatever you think.
I'm gonna be honest with
you're
you.
a fair
I
guy,
think
dude.
I'm pretty sure this is like a $60 or $70 toilet seat.
And I know it's kind of weird.
was giving you a toilet seat, but I'm like,
dude, I'm the guy for that.
It's gonna sponge my face. I brand it out. You'll be fine.
Let's see here. I think I would do 60 for everything. Okay, so we were able to work out a deal with Justin and his family. Shout out to them. They were so sweet, so kind. And they've actually been in the Rep Pack for a long time. I can remember getting mail from them like years and years back. So thank you so much to Justin and his family for one, being so nice to me, and two, being so nice to me for so long, even though this is the first time we met. Thank you guys so much. So we worked out a deal. I paid 60 bucks for everything, just because of the fact that like, I'm pretty sure just this seat, I've seen some of them sell from anywhere from like 60 to 100 bucks. So $60 is a great deal to be able to add this to the collection. And then we have some other stuff here for whatnot. I might keep this little basket too. I don't think I have that. But the other items I do believe we have, but it helps me anyway. So that way I can put it on whatnot and kind of get a little bit of our funds back, and somebody else can add some items to their collection. So without any further ado, I got to go find Justin and his family, pay them, and then we still have a whole other half of the flea market that we haven't looked at yet. I don't know. Usually that's a little bit rougher, but we'll see. And then either way, after this, we're going to head on over to Austin's place so we can check out the Shrek collection and pick up some Grails. Okay, so working my way out of here actually, and I stopped by this booth and they had all of these video nows. I don't know if it was on the body cam footage, but at some point some guy was telling me about these and to come check them out over here, and I actually found what he was talking about. And typically, I think they're asking $3 each. I would leave these behind because, you know, they are pretty findable. But this one right here with the Chalk Zone and Jimmy Neutron is pretty uncommon. And this one right here, you really never see. The Brothers Garcia as well as Amanda and Romeo. So I'm gonna be picking up that one for sure. See if I can get like a little bundle deal though, maybe. Okay, and as I'm walking out of there, I noticed that the player is there too. And have you ever seen a more glorious color? This is the orange one. My goodness, I do not have this one. It's one of the ones I have wanted the most, the orange video now. That is freaking amazing. I am so hyped that that was still there this late in the day. Okay, so we are in the car. Excuse the vlogging and driving, do not do this. But we are on our way to Austin's house right now. So I will pick the camera back up there. I will check out his house a little bit, do a little brief mini tour of the Shrek collection, and we'll pick up some of the production stuff that we're there for. Big shout out to Austin and his family as always for being so sweet and kind to me. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to get over there. So I'll pick it up for you guys when we get there. All right, so we are here. What is up? Hi. Nice to see you guys.
TV, don't mind us.
What are we watching?
Don't feel special. I don't get it for any company.
Okay.
Watching a guy
Water's in the
walk
fridge.
through the
Help
Excalibur.
yourself.
Okay,
We're going to
gotcha.
Vegas this week, so I'm excited.
They're going.
Yeah,
Okay.
not everybody.
Not everyone in the house is Vegas.
But look at this place, so much fun. As soon as you walk in the door, we gotta check out the Shrek collection.
I kind of had a rule that I would buy anything Shrek I found in a thrift store, flea market, yard sale, like your collection.
Yep.
I tell people, because people look at this all the time and go, man, if I was rich, I'd have a collection like that. And I'm like, I am not rich at all. Like,
Slowly building it.
I just buy all this from thrift stores and flea markets. I never pay retail on items. And
yeah, like that's exactly true. Like I tell you guys that all the time on the channel. So we try to do different challenges based off of like, you know, the value, like trying to keep it under $50. But it's the same thing for my collection. Like 80% of it, yeah, I have some like really big ticket items you guys have seen me pick up recently over the last few years. But the majority of it, I can say for Austin too. Like I see them out there. We just find this stuff thrifting, and you don't have to be rich. You can grow your collection piece at a time. And I mean, if you get a piece every single weekend, that can accumulate, as you can see here, to like, quite a collection.
And each one of these pieces carries a story. Like, for instance, this Fiona doll
right the here. Blockbuster one.
This is one of the toughest pieces to get for the Shrek collections because they didn't make a lot of merchandise of Fiona in her ogress form. Most of the figures they made her in her human form, but they made this doll. I have a loose one here, but her ear is like slightly broken
Where
off.
did you find this one?
This one was a present. I got this for Christmas, so you'll have to ask the parents what they paid for that one. But I had an amazing opportunity. This one here came from a secondhand cowboy store in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Wow.
And it was priced at $20.
$20. And how much, just out of curiosity, how much does that one typically go for
This
now?
one usually hovers around like $150 to $200.
See, so, you know, you could have paid the $250, but patient paid off. And you were able to get it for a lot less. And that's the same thing, like I always say, is like, if you're patient enough, you get out there hunting, flea markets, thrift stores, you'll be surprised what valuable items that you can find just out there sitting there for, you know, 10-15 bucks.
If I had to pick one piece that's like my absolute favorite, it's this one right here. It's the statue from Shrek Forever After.
I was just gonna ask you that. So like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, that people always ask me this question.
What one would I go
What's
for?
the one item you'd grab before you get out of the house?
That one right there. It's a beautiful depiction of the scene where Fiona is tying Shrek's armor, and they say that the dragon goes under the bridge and into the castle. An iconic and great moment. I also really love the fourth Shrek movie. I think it's really underrated. But what's great about that statue is that I think they only made 500 of them, and they were given to crew members that were seen as like, you know, the best of the best that worked on the movie. And that was a Sable's thrift store.
Really? I was just gonna ask. I was gonna say, I assumed that was something you probably had to pick up online or something.
We went to Sable's thrift store about a half hour before closing. This was like at 8:30 at night. And
You had to be jaw dropped.
I was in the toy section. My mom calls me and she's just like, Austin, you need to come to the front of the store and you have to watch your heart rate. And I'm like, what? And as soon as I saw it, she's like, I don't even know what this is. I'm like, I know what that is, and I genuinely cannot believe it. It's such a good item that I had lost several eBay auctions at that point for it. I tried to buy one.
That's one of those things where it's like, those are the moments where that's why you get out there.
It's exactly why. Because you figure it's the end of the day, it's the thrift store's closing, there's not going to be anything good.
Yep.
And there's just a diamond in the rough like that, and it's like, oh my god, what was that doing there? The Shrek 2 figures, these ones are always going to be a special one for me.
Yeah, you don't keep a lot of stuff in boxes. One thing that's like unique about your collection too, because inbox is so key for a lot of people, but I do notice you keep these in box.
Yeah, so the Shrek 2 one's really special to me because this is the line I collected as a kid, and I remember going in stores. And what's so amazing is when I did a video on the Shrek 2 toys, I looked all over the internet for a photo of the figures displayed. I just wanted a shelf full to show what it looked like, so I could be like, this is how I remember it. I couldn't find it, so when I made that video, it's not in there. And then a few months later, my family were cleaning out photos we keep out in the garage, and my dad finds a childhood photo of me at the store looking at these figures in the aisle.
That's what I was thinking that too. Like some of those photos you have, like that's like, especially the stuff in the store, like literally lost merchandise media in a sense.
It's absolutely fantastic. This is great. This is the waffle scented donkey. Unfortunately, it's actually the variant. It's not scented, but the first batch of these they did, they were scented, and the waffle came sealed in a little bag, and it said scented. I think I have one right here, actually. Here's Handsome Shrek when he transforms.
Love it.
So you can see he comes with a skunk that stinks.
Oh,
they really
yeah.
tried to make this like a thing where they all were scented. Gingy was scented ginger. This had a waffle syrupy smell, but the little bag that protected it didn't work very well, so I bet you this whole figure stinks.
You know what? It's crazy. I always say that is like a lot of those collectible smells, scented figures, they smell like that for decades. Like they never, it's like there's some kind of conspiracy going on where if I put on a cologne, it's gone the next day.
You know,
but these scented figures hold it for lifetimes.
But what's so great is I had the donkey and I had the Gingy, and I kept all my Shrek toys in a bin. And I remember, like, just not long after I got the toys, all my Shrek toys smelled like syrup.
That's not a bad thing.
They all did. It all had this breakfasty smell, to the point where years later, like as a teenager, whenever I smelled breakfast, I would think of Shrek toys.
That's not a bad smell though.
It would always hit me.
I have for Spongebob, they have a scented set of figures called Smelly Pants, and they are not good smells. They are all like feet smell, old man musk, like all these strange smells. And I put them in a container with like a bunch of other product that I had.
And it all smelled.
I hate going in that container. And some of the items I took out of there still smells like Mermaid Man's armpits.
Yeah, and what's funny is like it's not even donkey that was scented, it was the waffle, but it was so strong. Like whenever I find one of these donkeys out in the wild, I always sniff it. I'm always sniffing the donkeys. Like,
you can find Austin out there smelling the donkeys.
Yeah, it's like when you look for the McDonald's toys. They never speak anymore because the batteries die.
Those were all, or anything with gears or the batteries. And then they didn't usually put places for you to open it up either.
No. You have to open the whole toy. So.
At least that one has screws. A lot of times they don't even have an option for you to do that. It's crazy. I see so many, like, one of the things I love about Austin is, like, first, he's an amazing dude. He's just super kind, super sweet. And not just that, like, I literally, like, we're like brothers. Like, I have like the same, like, weird, like, locked in fixed fixation on a similar topic, same kind of era, and just looking at your collection, I feel like in some ways this is how I would have organized it, and that's really kind of cool,
I get obsessive to the point where like I'm so into the merchandise. I want to know why characters look a certain way when they were sculpted, or why certain things turned out like they did. Like you don't see a lot of Fiona as an ogress. They make her human, so that's the case with a lot of the merchandise. I mean, even the pop vinyl, they made her as a human. That's a really
cool one too, the Year One statue there.
Yeah, this is why if you walked a year at DreamWorks, they gave this to you.
They have something similar to that for Nickelodeon too. They have a Tommy Pickles one that says Year One too.
Let's see if I can get this out here. I'm gonna very carefully remove this booklet.
But just looking at his collection, how I talked to you guys on our collection review series, like how, like, you're looking at a collection pro here. This is what we talk about. We have a series and we review collections, and I say, like, there's like a rising star, somebody who's just getting started, but you could just look at how Austin has it organized, how good he is at doing this, just because he's been doing it. His family does it. He has all the small items up in the front, the bigger ones in the back, so you can fully see everything. It's just really well displayed. I have to ask, does everything fit in this room?
Oh no, I have bins in the garage.
I was gonna say,
especially if you go over here and you see like my non-Shrek figure shelf, it's just kind of a catch-all. And for a lot of these other figures, I do have
turn this
just
light on,
bins and bins. Yeah, we can turn the light on.
Thank you.
Notice the light switch even as Shrek and Fiona. It's ridiculous.
That's amazing.
My rule of thumb is everything Shrek needs to be out, so nothing Shrek is packed away.
Okay, so this is the full Shrek collection, but there's a lot of stuff that you have to put, because that's like one thing is like, yeah, there's no way you could put everything in one given space, just how it is,
Like, if you believe it or not, this is like only half of my Shark Tale collection. And that was a set that I spent years trying to complete. My God, I wanted those Shark Tale figures so bad. The only ones that would show up on eBay came out of the Netherlands, and for whatever reason, it's just a really tough set of figures to put together. Some of my favorite new items were these little, like, I don't even really get what these are. Apparently these are popular with the kids.
Yes, I saw you pick these up. I picked up the Spongebob one.
Yeah, and they're little like fidget toys, and I just think they're so fun. The sculpt on Shrek is honestly really good.
I'm a little jealous they gave you 2 Shrek ones. We only got 1 Spongebob.
Right? We got Gingy too. He's pretty big though. He's almost like Mongo from Shrek 2.
That is awesome.
But like the sculpt on this one is great. It's always fun for me to see if they get Shrek's sculpt right. I kind of love it though when Shrek looks a little off. I think it makes it charming.
Okay, so now the last question here I had for you is, what is the strangest object in here? Like for Shrek, like merchandise wise. For SpongeBob, I can think of the strangest item I have.
Okay.
I would say is probably a SpongeBob rectal thermometer. It's kind of
a very odd item.
It's kind of a weird one. What's something in here you have that's just like, how could they work Shrek branding into this?
You'd be surprised. Let me, this has got to be it right here. Okay, this is a new item. I'm going to go with a new one and not an oldie.
Okay.
It is a Spencer Gifts exclusive.
Okay.
And when they announced it, I'm like, I have to buy this simply out of the fact that it exists.
Yep.
This is a Shrek tray. I don't know if the censors what I should say about this, but it is used for purposes.
It's an adult food tray.
It is an adult food tray, and it is stocked in a very adult section.
Oh, in the back of the store.
In the back of the store. And I was very surprised that this was an officially licensed product.
It's crazy now, I think, because we're getting to that age where, like, the adults are into it. So, like, you have some SpongeBob shot glasses, and you're just, these Shrek shot glasses.
This is the strange donkey shot glass that I have not been able to find a counterpart to.
Like, the kids that grew up with it are now at a drinking age, so they can therefore get shot glasses, food trays.
And we've seen Shrek really pivot to that. Like, this is one of my more recent pickups. This was the Sensi, what are these called?
Like the wax warmers.
That's it, wax warmer. Yeah. So this one I did pay up a little bit for because it came out new and it was pricey when it came out. But I looked at that and I'm like, man, if I don't buy that when it comes out, I'm gonna regret it. So part of it is like hunting and thrifting for old stuff, but also when the new stuff comes out, trying to buy what I'm not going to regret later on.
I get you.
Because there's some items like, have you ever looked into the Shrek ketchup bottles? Do you know about these?
The Easy Squirts?
The Easy Squirts, yeah.
I've been trying to get just an Easy Squirt for so long, and I've never even tried to get the Shrek one, just any of them, but I'm sure the Shrek ones are more.
There was a Shrek and a Fiona, and they go for about $400. They've become one of the tough items to get.
That's the type of stuff that I always say that's the hardest to find, is not just because it's made, obviously it's disposable.
Oh, yeah. Let's go over here. Let me show you something cool. I just picked up. See, this was actually a late night eBay find. Every now and then eBay will come through and deliver something I've never seen before. So this is a sealed box of Shrek cereal, which is
Wow.
pretty cool on its own right.
Yeah.
And these pop up from time to time, but I noticed this one had the DVD
So it's
on it, so it's a later release. So I asked the seller, and it turns out he had another box that I had never seen before. And as someone that loves the Shrek cereal, I had no idea as a kid that there was a Puss in Boots version.
Yeah, they did that. They had like variants in the boxes often, and they almost look like they connect. They could, like the same time frame maybe.
Yeah, no. So I remember this one as a kid. This was pretty common in the grocery stores, but this one was only for the DVD release.
Okay.
They replaced Donkey with Puss in Boots. I mean, the whole render's different. I love the food stuff. Look what I just got here.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite categories. It for sure is the food related items. And that's the stuff that I think is what I was saying is like that stuff is, disposable, right? So therefore people often threw it away. But it's more than just that it's not something you're often going to find even at a thrift store or a flea market because they are going to see it as trash.
Yep.
So in chances like you might be able to find a figure that's super rare because they're going to put it out there with the hopes of being able to make some money on it. But if they find this M&M wrapper here, odds are that's going in their trash pile, even if it's at the flea market. And if it's a thrift store that comes in a random drawer or something, they're going to throw it out too. So it's not something you can find as easily in any circumstance.
Yeah.
Really. So that's the stuff like you just have to have some random collector who maybe put that in their binder or something. And
Shrek was like ubiquitous with the grocery aisle. There was so many Shrek grocery products. I think that there's something special about Shrek and also Spongebob, those two characters, that they make people think of the 2000s and like those memories.
One thing I think is really cool about the green in here is like, I know obviously it's not plants, but I think the fact that it's like so green in here, it feels very alive.
Green is my favorite color. You could take a guess.
Yeah.
And I've had family members come in here who at first are like very confused by the whole thing and are like, oh my God. And then they kind of look around and they're like, it's like oddly soothing in here.
Maybe because I'm the same as you, but like for me, I don't see it as weird. I feel like the way you have it displayed, the way you have it set up feels very purposeful, you know? And it just looks like a very well displayed, for lack of a better term, beautiful collection.
Thank you. I'd love to expand it and do like a whole shelf of just the cereal and the food and just the figures.
That's all of our goal. Our ultimate goal, right, is to have like some big space where you can really just, isolate everything. It's just this mild OCD that we have to deal with until that point.
Yeah. One more thing, because I showed this earlier and people are going to be like, what's in the book?
Oh, yeah.
This is probably one of my coolest swap meet finds. This is a book they gave out at licensee shows to toy companies, to food companies, to if they want to license DreamWorks products.
Wow.
And
so it's like a style guide or?
It's a pitch book.
Okay.
It's trying to tell you like
I know what you mean.
this is. So it'll say Kung Fu Panda and be like, the cast includes all these names, a full line of products. So I don't really know what this exact one was, because it says that Mattel here has already signed on. So maybe it's to be like, look, you're going to miss out.
Possibly, if I were to just throw a guess, maybe for like some of the higher ups in like a Target or a Walmart decide if that's something they want to carry in the majority of their stores.
But it's got a lot of stuff, because when is this from? I think it's got a date of like 2007? Yeah, I think it's 2007. But look at that old logo for the Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh, wow.
And then the further we go, the more preliminary it gets. Like here's Monsters vs. Aliens with its pre-release logo.
I see.
And then Susan is in her pre-release outfit. I know this because the Happy Meal has her in this outfit.
But she as a whole looks a lot different, yeah.
Yeah, she has, in the movie she looks way different. She's got a different jumpsuit on. And then How to Train Your Dragon with,
like concept art? Yeah, concept, like early artwork.
I featured this in a video, and I got a ton of messages from How to Train Your Dragon fans. See, I'm out of the loop with How to Train Your Dragon.
Yep.
I've been trying to get into it. I've been making some videos. It's its own beast. It really is its own thing.
The fandom is really, really crazy.
Very passionate.
I've been fortunate back, a few years in the past where I've found some really rare, like How to Train Your Dragon items, and every time we put them up for sale, they sell.
Yeah.
Instantly.
So I've made a few videos now because people really want to see me make more Dragons content. But what was so great about this is
your heart's in the Shrek still.
My heart's with the ogre. But I got messages from How to Train Your Dragon fans that were like, "Thank you for that video," and I'm like, all I did was show a page, and they're like, "No, this is the long lost logo. We've been looking for this logo." I'm like, oh. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know this logo was lost, so I uploaded a high-quality scan of it.
That's amazing.
And then Shrek Goes Forth. This is the preliminary logo for Shrek Forever After.
Wow, and then over here too for the Megamind
Yeah.
Mastermind.
It just says the project acquired as Mastermind.
Wow.
And that's obviously some really early artwork of Metro Man. He doesn't even look like the final character.
Yeah.
Does it go past Megamind? I'm trying to remember. No, that's it. But I mean, this page here is incredible.
That's fantastic. That's so cool.
So I think this was like to get licensees, because like in the beginning, it'll show Kung Fu Panda and be like, look, Mattel is signed on. It's gonna have Jack Black.
Just use that as a name drop. Like, oh, okay, well, you don't want to not be like Mattel. Like,
you want to be on Megamind. And I mean that didn't really work out because, you know, Megamind wasn't a huge hit.
Yeah.
But it did have toys, and they are some of the toughest DreamWorks toys to get.
Yep.
Megamind toys are impossible.
You see the meal toys a lot, but the other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. All right, so we're going to get some shots in here. Check out the collection a little bit further. The DVD shelf here is insane, too. Are these freaking
Chia Pets.
Chia Pets.
Oh, that was a nightmare experiment. I did a YouTube short of me trying to grow a Chia Pet.
Me too.
I killed them. I don't have... Here's the thing. Despite all the green, I don't have a green thumb. Because the plant just died instantly.
They're surprisingly hard because you have to water them a very specific way. If you just pour water on them, then they just drowned.
I didn't even know you could kill a Chia Pet until I tried.
We'll get some shots so you guys can get a good look at the entire room. But we came here to pick something up, so we'll check that out after this clip. Okay, so this is the stuff we came over to look for, but of course we had to get distracted for a bit in the Shrek collection.
How can you not?
So how did you end up coming across this exactly again?
I know a guy who's been in entertainment for like 50 years.
Mhm.
He knows everybody in animation. We were talking to him at Adam the Woo's memorial, and he's like, I know a guy that's got some Klasky, how do you say it?
Klasky Chupo?
Klasky Chupo stuff, and would you be interested? And I said, well, what else has he got? So he had some other stuff I was interested in, but the Rugrats stuff came with it. Rugrats and Wild Thornberries.
My dad buys a lot of weird movie props and stuff. Sometimes he'll buy like prosthetic hands and puppets and weird movie stuff. And every now and then he'll get like, you know, animation stuff, and, you know, I'll hope, fingers crossed, there's something Shrek in there. But when I saw what was in this one, I'm like, we gotta let Marcus know.
Thank you guys so much.
There's some stuff in here we don't know.
Yeah, so it's kind of a
Yeah, I saw this over here.
We don't know this guy.
We thought your expertise might help us here.
If you put him in Google, all you get is Snap Crackle Pop. Was there a Snap Crackle
And this
Whopper?
is Klasky Supo too?
No.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look like their
This was
style.
someone that did contract work, so there's like a lot of different stuff. Like, here's a stack of stuff from Fire Breather. Remember this movie?
Cartoon Network?
Yeah, these are like the storyboards for Fire
Wow.
Breather.
Really? And that's actually a CGI movie too, so it's interesting that so this must have been like just early forms of it before they
Most of
actually
this
animated
stuff
it.
There's some 90s, but it's mostly 2000, 2001, as all the companies are moving away from cell animation, because there was no cell animation in it at all, except it's all pre-production to get to the digital artwork.
Oh, so this is all illumination stuff here. Wow.
Like printouts of storyboards.
To be honest, I'm not sure on these characters here. I love the art style though, but I'm not.
We thought this looked like John Kay a little bit.
I was literally gonna think that the nipple thing.
Yeah, exactly, right?
is what made me
And
kind
the
of
fact
think.
that it makes you uncomfortable a little bit.
Exactly.
And then this like massive stack right here. This is some fish movie that I don't think was made, called Born to be Wild. It does have the studio on some of these papers, so I did a little bit of research, but I could find the studio, but I couldn't find anything about this particular movie.
There's so many movies that get started and then get abandoned for whatever reason.
The character design is so cool though. We have a lot of people that watch that are fans of different stuff, so I might not know, but somebody out there, you guys might have more information about this.
I mean, it's just so much of this fish character.
And I love fish stuff. I just like.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I love all the anime, just anything anime that takes place under the water. I just think the character designs could just lend themselves for so much fun stuff.
Yeah, and the shine too, right?
Exactly.
So then, like, this is Rugrats' 10-year anniversary, right?
Yes, and this shot right here is
like, this is real.
This shot is driving me crazy because I know for a fact I have seen this shot, and somebody here in the audience has to help me.
It's
because I know without a doubt I've seen this shot before. I don't know if it was a Nickelodeon magazine or if it was in some kind of promotional item that they did, but I thought for a second it was the DVD cover, but it's not actually.
But you can see, like, this is an original pencil, and Chucky's being saved by this character, but and he's still being saved, but now he's okay with it.
Yeah, they probably asked him to
They're
change it.
They're like, make him okay with it.
The whole thing has to be optimistic. This is a celebration for their 10th.
Isn't that wild?
Yes, this would have been the campaign, the decade in diapers.
Yeah.
So this whole thing would have just been celebrating that, some kind of shot for that.
And then we have these character studies from '98.
Wow.
Please note, provided as a model for turns only, Dill does not stand up. So Dill only sits down, but if you need to see him from all the angles, there he is.
Yeah.
And then Wild Thornberry's movie.
Wow.
Wild Thornberry's movie.
The principal.
2001. I love that you know who these people are.
The random villager. Yeah.
Wrestling a snake. For reference only, whatever that means. And then here we have Chucky in My Fair Babies.
Wow, I'm trying to think. Yeah, this is. I almost want to say this. Is that Rugrats in Paris? But I don't think so. Yeah, I guess it's from that particular episode.
This
that would have
one
probably
here.
been later season 7.
He's
season
covered
8
in
something.
paint and syrup with a bow tie.
That's awesome.
And then here's a pre-design of some adults. And I just love that the Post-it goes over the top.
Yep.
Instead of redoing the whole thing, they stick the Post-it here, draw on the Post-it, and now it's better.
You see that a lot with different pieces where you just for as long as you get the visual across, that's all that matters.
And what's great is it lets the next person down the line know this is where the changes were made.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a writer. So when I send back revisions, they're in red.
Yeah.
So that everybody knows I made some changes, they're in red. If the red's already there, then it's in purple.
This one right here is a pretty iconic shot of Angelica here too. It says clown around, but I think that might have also been her outfit, like the princess and the piper. Like
Okay.
A very similar outfit.
And here she is hanging out at the spa.
That is amazing. Oh, the Carmichael family. And I don't even know if, like
this. So this is a pass around paper, but then this is original. So
that
we're adding
grandmother
in
character,
grandma, and we see how tall she is next to the other characters.
Ryan, if I'm wrong, just cut in the clip. I don't even know if we've seen that grandmother character before.
To Auntie for showing us we can all be great peoples.
Harambe! Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Well,
Like,
there you go.
I can't
Surprise.
recall ever seeing this grandmother character.
And here's another with the revisions across here, some color note.
Wow.
Here we have
Got,
Phil with caviar and cream cheese around his mouth. Here we have Lil with a lampshade. You know, she's a party animal. We have Phil covered in cobwebs from the crawl space.
Yep.
I love that you can pinpoint exactly where they are in the animation.
And you also from the animation, you could tell these are and some of them like more later season.
Yeah.
Just by how clean they are.
This one we liked because it says, no, we can't do this. So this did not appear in the show.
Yeah, too difficult to animate makes sense.
Here's a page of just Chucky work.
Oh, I love the
Look how
outline
gorgeous
here
it is.
Too. That is beautiful.
Here we have some adults from Clown Around, and we have Dill.
That shot of Dill is really, really
with a
cool
box
too.
on his head. So there he is, and they're like, well, what if he had a box on his head? Well, we'll draw it on the top. You know, and again, this is real. This is a photocopy, but then this is original production art.
Even the photocopies you don't see come out much for Klasky Supo.
Open mouth for dialogue.
Actually, Boston does it better than me. Klasky Chupo.
Chupo.
Oh, I'm not the Nickelodeon expert. I honestly don't know.
I think it's Supo, but it could be Chupo too.
Chupo. I'm more familiar with the Ronald McDonald cartoons.
That's a banger.
There's some geezers there.
That's from the retirement home. That is amazing. They have their incidental numbers on them too. That is amazing. So that's insane. I'm honestly really interested in this too. I've seen this movie once, so I can't really like break down the pieces. But anytime you find anything Cartoon Network, it's
you
so
guys are the
uncommon.
only two that even know what Fire Breather is. Because what, it didn't air one time?
It was straight to this TV service. It has a DVD. I have the DVD.
It's as remembered as well as Stormhawks.
What's the plot?
It's a guy that turns into a dragon.
Well, at least Stormhawks was popular in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Fire Breather, it just kind of lived.
Here's the thing. There was
lived and died in Cartoon Network.
I know there was a bunch of projects like Fire Breather and Stormhawks that were supposed to be like following in the footsteps of Ben 10. But what happened is Cartoon Network got the rights to the Clone Wars, which they didn't think they were going to win at a bidding war. So when Clone Wars came out, all these creators, they sadly got shafted. Cartoon Network was
Same
like,
thing with Generator Rex too.
Yeah.
A lot of those shows they tried. I mean, Ben 10 was just lightning in a bottle. Like you can't
replicate that.
They tried to do it with the toys. They tried to do it with Secret Saturdays. They tried to do it with a lot of things to hit that same merchandise like note that Ben did, but you can't even. It's like SpongeBob or Shrek. It's like you can't replicate that exactly again. But they tried. So I mean, I'm honestly interested. I mean, are you trying to sell everything together? Because I would be interested.
We don't know what you're interested in. Yeah.
I'm interested in this for sure. This I would be, kind of in the middle on, and this, depending, I would be kind of interested in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just try to dive into a little bit deeper and try to find more information. So let's just work out for I guess everything. What are you guys thinking? Okay, so we worked everything out. They gave me a very, very generous deal of $800. So I picked up all of this stuff. We are going to be more than fine at that price. All right, shout out to Austin, and thank you so much to Jeff as well, his father, and their whole family. Thank you guys so much. So you guys know them, Tucker Time, and then also, of course, Austin the Brimstone. We talk about him all the time, though. You guys know him.
For all your swampy needs.
So we'll go back to the cavern, and we'll check out this stuff a little bit closer after I've had some more time to kind of really dig in and kind of get some reference material for everything in here. Because off the top of my head, some stuff is familiar, but definitely with some time and looking at some other information, I think we'll be able to nail down most of this. Okay, so I am in the cavern now. I just got done with my Whatnot stream, so I'm a little bit all over the place, but had so much fun hanging out with all the beautiful people there on Whatnot. If you guys haven't been there, go check it out. Links down below. Get $15 for free just for signing up. But besides that, table's a little bit of a mess here, but here is everything. So you guys saw a lot of it while we were there, but looking through it has just been absolutely mind-blowing. And we have another development, actually. We may have gotten some more production stuff that is going to blow your mind. So a lot of this is character design and stuff. This right here, I was able to get some help from Ryan, as well as a member of our Whatnot stream, Live Forever. I could not recognize this character, so I thought for a second this was like some unused shot of Susie's grandma or something, because I'd never seen her before, but it turns out she was in one episode, and that was the Kwanzaa episode, or sorry, the Hanukkah, I think, episode. So that is where she's from, but still really amazing design here. So all this stuff that's like yellow that you see, that was all penciled in, or in some cases like this, if it was like added in, this was penciled in. So it was actual artwork that they did on this one. All of these Angelica ones I love so freaking much. Angelica's my favorite character, so anytime I have any new Angelica stuff in the collection, it's a win. But production art, unreal to finally have. And then also I noticed that a lot of these are later seasons of the Rugrats, which means these were done during the part where the show was actually digitally done, like around 1999, 2000, most of Nickelodeon switched over to digital. For these episodes and these character designs, because it was a transitional period where they were kind of changing, they still did a lot of stuff on physical form and then transferred that to digital. So animation cells, which you typically think of when it comes to production stuff, don't really exist for this era. So for this era, these are the animation cells, are the only forms that were actually physically done in a way that you can collect. So really unreal to have all this stuff. I'm going to be doing a bigger, deeper dive over on my second channel, Comfort Cartoons Archive, which will pop up, where I'm going to go in deeper of all the stuff that we actually picked up here. But not just that, after this, the following week, I picked up another bunch of animation stuff from Austin's dad. It is actually right here, and it is all of this stuff that you see in here. It is a massive amount of stuff from Rugrats, Rocket Power, Avatar, Lazy Town, Wild Thornberries, so much incredible stuff. And I have been auctioning off some of the extra stuff. Obviously, I can't keep every single thing. I have to offset the cost of how much all this stuff was to an extent. So some of it, the Rocket Power stuff, but if you're on our Whatnot streams, you've had the opportunity to pick up quite a few awesome pieces, and there will be more to come as well. But of course, a huge majority of it I'm keeping in my personal archive. Like I said, just selling off enough to kind of offset some of that, those funds, because, unfortunately we live in a capitalistic society and I need to have money to live and eat and breathe. So I have to sell a little bit of it, but I'm really glad that it's going to amazing homes on our Whatnot stream and to friends of mine in this community. But on that note, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you stay tuned, because you're going to see me picking this stuff up. An unbelievably fun time. That'll probably be coupled in with like another video. It might even be its own video. I'm not sure yet exactly how I'm gonna do it, but thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss any of that good stuff coming down the line, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think. What was your favorite shot that you did see? And again, if you guys want to support the show further, you can check out our Patreon or our Whatnot stream, which are both linked down below. And as always, see you beautiful people in the next video. I'll see you in this one right here, and as always, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop.